This is a mind-blowing shiur that each one of us need to listen more than once, maybe more than 4 minutes. וירא ישראל את היד הגדולה אשר עשה השם במצרים. And Israel saw the huge hand that Hashem did in Egypt. First of all, what exactly is the huge hand? And more than that, why only right now when the Red Sea is splitting, Klal Israel saying, I see the big hand Hashem did in Egypt. Let's see what's going on. And a tremendous learning is clearly hid in front of our eyes. In the Agadah of Doresh Tov, he explained, and he pointed that even though we found a disagreement about how long the hand of Bit Yabat Paro was extended when she reached her hand towards the Teva with Moshe Rabbeinu inside, there is one common denominator for all of those cases. And this is the one. Even though it was clear to her, I'm not going to be able to reach to the Teva, it's too far from me, she didn't give up and she said, why should I try? She felt within, I'm obligated to do my ishtadlut, the best I can. From heaven they're going to help. But without herself reaching the hand towards the impossible in her eyes, it's not going to work. There's not going to be any miracle here. And this is a tremendous mistake that most of us, if not all of us, doing in many different stages and situations in our life. That's we checking our action to do or not to do according to the last success of the situation. And when we see that it seems, man, it's impossible, we gave up even without trying. And this is the big hand that Klal Israel saw in the splitting of the ocean. Hashem said to Klal Israel, go into the water. We'll go to the water. There's an ocean here, the Red Sea, it's deep. But even though the worry from the unknown and an action that seems so unlogical, so against the reality of life, they jumped to the water and they stepped until the water reached her nose, and then the ocean split. Maybe also they come to teach us that's when you want to have success, don't put your nose up, don't be haughty, lower yourself. It's going to come easier because Hashem going to help you. But that's a different shiur. In Gemara, in Chulin, we learn that Rabbi Pinchas ben Yair was going to do a mitzvah of redeeming, saving a captive Jew from his arrest, and he came to a river that's called Ginai. So Rabbi Pinchas ben Yair, he was able to do many things. He spoke to the river and he told to the river, split, open up. The river told him, again he was also able to understand the river, not like us. The river told him, I'm doing the will of my Creator. The water is running. You is a question mark if you're going to do the will of your Creator. Who said you're going to be able to have any success in redeeming the captive? Why should I split up? I'm doing the will of my Creator, and you question mark if you're going to do it. And Rabbi Pinchas ben Yair told him, split, or I'm going to have a decree upon you that no more water going to run through you evermore. And it's very weird. The river is right. The river do right now the will of Hashem. The water is running, and you, Pinchas ben Yair, Rabbi Pinchas ben Yair, it's a question mark if you're going to have any success. So why do you think that you're going to be able to do the will of Hashem and redeem the captive? But this is another tremendous learning to teach us, as what we said before. This outlook is total mistaken. The success is not decide the importance of the action. The success depends on the will of Hashem, blessed is He. And a person that's do what he need to do right now, it's count automatically doing perfectly the will of Hashem. No connection to the success at the end of the path. And the Shevet Musa, in the first chapter, said to us, don't think as many others thought that lost their life with their own hands. When a person say to himself, I know myself, it's above my ability, I can't do it, I'm not going to be able to have a success here, why should I try? And they gave up, and They don't understand. It wasn't your ability. How many total havle avalim, nonsense, baloni, shtuyot of Guinness records will not exist if the person gonna actually think as he felt, it's not in my hand, but anyway, people push themselves. He doesn't say you should understand it. He said, Ve'hagita bo yom v'alayla, you should deal with the Torah. Speak Torah. Understanding? Nobody spoke here right now. And also, in Pirkei Avot, it says, Im lamad et haTorah arbe, notnin lecha sachar arbe. If you learned a lot of Torah, you're going to get a lot of reward. But nobody said, if you're going to understand what you learned, Bezat Hashem, we should get the understanding. But that's not changing our obligation to do the action itself. And we need to internalize all of these concepts that speak to one thing. And remember in every stage in our life that the obligation and the mitzvah, the commandment, is to fulfill the will of Hashem. Siyata deshmaya, the help from heaven. That's come according to our belief and trust in Hashem. In small things and big things. Don't think that it depends on you. Believe Hashem. Do it. Learn. Try. Work on your midot. Character trait. Try to improve yourself even if it seems impossible. Just try to do it and you're going to see a success. The big hand, היד הגדולה שעשה במצרים, and it's in every second, even today. נחת רוח כלל ישראל. אין ייאוש בעולם כלל. There's no despair in the world at all. Spread the love, learn, become better, work to become better, even if it seems it's totally against your nature. Your nature, you created it, and Bezat Hashem you can change it and follow the will of Hashem. נחת רוח כלל ישראל, פסח כשר ושמח.